Good morning, card readers. RJ back with another video, so let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 1986. This is from True Value Hardware Stores. It's actually a panel, still sealed. Mike is the main card on the this release, at least on the cover here. But if you were to open this up, break the seal top and bottom, it would fold out and there would be a card inside of Wade Boggs and another one of Andre Dawson. So this is the panel version. I have a singular version somewhere else in my collection, but my random Mike Schmidt item of the day. The random baseball item of the day, 2001 Upper Deck Black Diamond release. I always found it funny that they called it the Black Diamond, but in reality, the cards all had this red background, so it's very odd, but who am I to quibble on the way the card companies want to name their cards? This one of Jeff Jenkins. Phillies fans love Jeff Jenkins. He was a longtime member of the Brewers. That's why he is on this card as a Brewer. Longtime member of the Brewers, and came over in 2008 to be a member of the Phillies, and was a very productive utility outfielder for us. In fact, Jeff was a pinch hitter. If you recall, the 2008 World Series Game 5 was suspended because of rain, and there was all this question since the way the game ended. It ended with the Phillies due to come at bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the person scheduled to lead off due to the batting order, it would have been Cole Hamels. Now, there's no way Cole Hamels was going to step into the plate and bat for himself in that situation, because it was tied 2-2, the game was. So all the speculation was who was going to be the person who came in and was going to, who was going to be the person to bat for Cole Hamels. And it was Jeff Jenkins. And Jeff Jenkins, after I think it was like a 2-2 count, maybe even a full count, ripped a double up the middle. And that allowed us to go ahead 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. So very exciting player Jeff Jenkins was. Good friend of Pat Burrell's during their time together. So my random baseball item of the day, great card featuring Jeff Jenkins. Again, no trivia this week. I'm doing my 500 subscriber giveaway on Sunday. So instead of doing a trivia recap, I'm just saving the trivia questions for another week and doing that. Reminder at this point in time for everybody out there who is considering making a video, contest is over. About midday on Sunday, when I'm going to be posting a prize giveaway video. I'd love to do it live, but I'm not skilled at that, so it's not a big deal for me. Someday I'll do a live stream, but just haven't bothered to get into it right now. But anyway, the giveaway will be sometime on Sunday instead of the trivia. Below, in the description below, I've included a current list of everybody I've found online who has made a video. So if you don't see your name in the list below, reach out to me, send me an email. My email's always there. And tell me, yes, you did make a video, so I can try and track it down, all right? That's my little public service announcement for my contest. Today, what I want to show off, one thing that's going to spin into another, all right? So I bought something on Facebook Marketplace the other day. Wasn't much. It was a box of 600 count box of cards filled. And the guy said it was random cards and he wanted $19 for it. So let me show you the box. I'm going to bring it over, pop it in front of you all so you can see. So here's the box. And there's all the cards. I've gone through them and I've organized them. But the way it looked, let me put something and hold this down for a second. There we go. The way it looked wasn't just this box, but a few cards were arrayed on top. Those few cards were these various cards, along with a complete sheet of cards, perforated cards, 12 of them, featuring this card. So all of that was for $19. Now, what I saw, which jumped out at me, were the TCMA cards. This one, you could see right away, was Roger Maris. So a cool TCMA card of Roger Maris. This is 1978 TCMA issue of the 60s, which all of these cards were also from the 60s, but none of these were any, glorious or impressive individual. The Roger Maris was pretty much it. So a couple of these cards, now these two are of another set, the 1952 Brooklyn Dodgers throwback set, or highlight set, I don't know what you want to call it, recollection set from 1974. This one made me smile because I just bought this at my LCS about a week or two ago. My LCS often has old TCMA sets lying around in the bins, and I snag them whenever I can. Another pair of cards from, obviously TCMA, honoring the 34 Gas House Gang Cardinals. Two unknown or little-known players, Cliff Crawford and Joe Rothrock. Okay, this was also from 1974, honoring the Gas House Gang Cardinals. I love me some TCMA sets, so when I saw those cards and $19, I just spent $19 just for them. In fact, this guy really intrigued me. It was a sheet of cards. You can see it's been perforated. I knocked these out myself. This was the upper right corner because there's no perforations there. It's obviously Reggie Jackson in an Orioles uniform. It's one of those things where I don't recall any cards. There are very, very few cards available that I'm aware of that show Reggie in his Orioles uniform. They just, for whatever reason, Topps and all the other companies just didn't want to see Reggie in an Oriole. He was a one-year rental by the Orioles and then went on to the Yankees. But this one, it was, it's actually part, when I saw what it was, I figured, well, gee, that's a cool souvenir sheet. Then I looked on the back, and it says, season to remember, 1954 to 1991. And essentially, this is a card. You can see this was card number 217. When I saw that, I realized, oh, wow, this is much bigger than I thought. This isn't just some souvenir sheet. It's something else. Sure enough, it is one of 501 cards that were said to honor every Oriole. Now, I'm going to pause and bring something else over here for you to peruse, because after I saw that, I went out and I bought the set. So if you were, in the Baltimore area back in 1991, you could have partaken in this. So it is a set of 4 wrapped collections of souvenir sheets. Let me show you the top one here. You can see here, the advertisement is very clear on what happened here. So it's a special edition Orioles baseball cards featuring, it says, every Orioles player in the team's modern history. So essentially, every member of the Baltimore Orioles ever, from 1954 through 1991, there is a card of those people. And you can see there were 4 issued collections of these wrapped sets. One issued on the following dates. In the stadium, Orioles home game giveaway, okay? The next day, they were available for sale in your Crown gasoline stations in the Baltimore area, sponsored by Coca-Cola. So that's how you got these sets. And I was able to find on the Bay. Surprisingly, these are very inexpensive. There's not a lot of value there. So I snagged me the whole set, all 4 packs of souvenir sheets of cards. I don't know if I will ever break them up. I'm not sure if I'll ever crack the seal. Usually I do crack the seal on a set because I want to see the cards. But in this particular case, the cards have never been perforated. They're all still perfectly sealed in the way the guy, he probably purchased them from the Crown gas stations. I don't know. but it's a very cool item. And that was my purchase of this was inspired by my seeing the Reggie Jackson. Another interesting card that I found was this one. This is actually, because I got a sheet featuring letter J, I got an extra card of this guy, some guy named Ron Jackson. I happen to have another Ron Jackson card from 1955. Here it is, 55. Ron Jackson, Chicago first baseman. Probably was his rookie card, if you look on the back there, because it's got his lifetime statistics being the same as last year's statistics. But obviously, I am a Ron Jackson fan because RJ collects sets, something like that. So these were the cards that I got. And out of that, for 19 bucks, I got this awesome Reggie, a cool Ron Jackson for my collection, an awesome Roger Maris, and all of these cards. Now, interestingly about all of these cards, and I hinted about this on Sunday. Shout out to the guys over at Shaw Racing Collects. Pay close attention, gentlemen. So, this many cards up here. Let me pull these out. I think that's about all. All right, yeah. There's my baseball cards. Got a couple Schmitz in it, which was nice. This being Facebook Marketplace, you can imagine that the guy was local to the Philly area, Philadelphia Phillies area market. So there's a couple, Phillies cards that I was able to acquire. Nothing of any real value. A lot of random cards, a couple Hall of Famers, but again, for 19 bucks, I thought it was great. I was hoping for more baseball. Everything else is about 90% football, believe it or not. I have no interest in football cards whatsoever. Now, there are a few other random cards in here that I will show off. They had some of these 1991 Impel Olympic cards. They had some random vehicle cards, bicycles, Corvette set cards, and then some NASCAR cards. Now, the reason I show these off is because I know a couple of guys up north. Shout out to Shaw Racing Collects. Guys, I'm keeping all the baseball cards, okay? But this whole box, you guys just won a trivia question last week, this past Sunday for the trivia recap. By the time you view this on Wednesday, hopefully, it's on its way to you. This full box of cards, plus your trivia prizes, I'm sending up to the guys up north because I know they care. About 90% of this is football. There are some basketball cards in here, and clearly there were a couple non-sport cards as well. I just don't want this. It's in my way. Get out of here. Give it to somebody who cares. And the guys at Shaw Racing Collects, obviously because it's sports cards, but it's also racing, this is right up your alley. So I'm just going to send you the rest. I spent 19 bucks. I got some cards that I love. I was inspired to buy something else awesome for my collection. I'm happy, but I'm also happy to pass this along to people who really will love it, which ain't me. So there you have it. That is my showcase today. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't made a video for my 500 subscriber contest, please do so. Would love to have you join in. We have some fantastic prizes to give away. My link will be in the description below as well. But I'd love to see more. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Hope to see you again on Friday for more great content and sports card stuff. Thanks for watching. Take care.